It's a pleasure to be here today and welcoming this wonderful woman, Ana Parza, who I had the pleasure of meeting last year in La Paz during the visit with the members of the board of the Cartier Foundation. And I have been many times to La Paz, and I'd never had the opportunity of meeting her. And I was just so delighted because we went to her atelier, and for me it was an amazing experience to see these wonderful, well-educated, upscale cholitas or mujeres de pollera, and the seamstress who makes their jewelry, her jeweler, and her clothes. And anyway, it was a wonderful experience, and I was very pleased to meet her. So welcome, Ana, for being with us here today. When we organize trips to La Paz at Aracari, we can take you to see Ana and meet her friends and see what she does. And now we have her here, and we will be able to ask her many questions. So anyway, Ana, tell us a little bit about yourself, because you're 50% Bolivian, aren't you? Because you're half American, but you've got this amazing love for heritage of Bolivia, and that's evident in everything you do. So tell us a little bit about you and what you've done in the past and your background.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Marisol, Alberto. Thank you for having me in Aracari. Thank you. Yes, I am half Bolivian and half American. I was born in La Paz and raised by an American mother. She has taught us to cherish and celebrate all that is unique in La Paz, what is unique in Bolivia. And she always said, bloom where you're planted. And that's what I think I did. I was planted in Bolivia, in La Paz, and I bloom here, doing jewelry, doing the clothes for indigenous people. That's what I do now.
And so how did it all start? Because you went to college in the States, right? And then you started making a little bit of your headway in jewelry, and but not necessarily for indigenous women, because there's quite a difference in Bolivia between the indigenous population and the westernized population. Tell us a little bit about that and how that's changed.
Well, I started this because of my sister Sheila. She was living out overseas, and she decided that I should do something because I was with my mom. She was not good in health, and I wanted to spend time with her. So she saw me that I was really down, and she said, okay, why don't you start selling this jewelry? Which I did first in the States, and then I came to Bolivia, which I still live. And there's where I started selling my jewelry, or already buying it. No. So then little by little, people started asking me, why don't you do it longer, shorter, this color, the other color? So we decided, why not start implementing this jewelry and start building and making for people the way they want it. So little by little, we did it, and it was an incredible idea. And that's how I started. I did that for many years.
So initially you did that for the regular population, not the indigenous ladies. And then you decided this is a good opportunity to expand my market onto these ladies who have amazing jewelry already. But there was a gap in the market, wasn't there? Because they didn't have custom jewelry. They were wearing real jewelry.
Correct. I decided that once, since I was the pioneer of doing the jewelry here in La Paz, and then people started doing the same. So then I decided, why not go someplace else and start doing a different thing, which I started doing the jewelry for the Chola Paseña. And why did I do that? Why did I start doing that? Because I am also part of that community with their dances and the folklore. I love the art folklore, and I love their dances. So I participate in two different festivities, if you want to call it, Gran Poder and Oruro. They are the biggest that we have here in Bolivia, and one of them is the biggest Indian area. So that's why I started doing jewelry for them.
because there's a big population. I mean, for many of our guests who maybe don't know Bolivia, and it is important that you know that Bolivia has an amazing wealth and depth of folk, the festivities and crafts and dances, especially in the Altiplano in La Paz, and that's what your mother transmitted to you, right? The women and the dancing, and you took that on because you've danced with them for
Yes.
many years.
Yes, I've been dancing in this group for the past, I would say, 25 years, 20, 25 years, 15 years, it depends the group. And she taught us that to cherish and value what surrounds us. And here in Bolivia, here in La Paz, she never said anything negative about our country, about where she also was planted, and she bloomed. So I cherish that so much of her, and I have learned so much of her that I think that's why I do what I do now.
And then so you knew the ladies, and then you were doing the jewelry, and then you started doing the jewelry for the ladies of the Mujer de Pollera. And because you said to me that you found that they were wearing real jewelry like gold and silver, right? And they were having a little bit of problems with that because there were thefts of their jewelry.
Yes, in Gran Poder is a traditional festivity here in the Andes, the greatest of the Andes, and it gathers around about 30,000 dancers, and you dance about 6 kilometers, something like that. And they have beautiful jewelry. They have beautiful clothes, and they were having problems with people taking away their hats with the jewelry that were gold and silver, and they still jewelry. So then I decided, why not create something less expensive that I could offer of a more extensive foundation. So that's how I started about 6 years ago. Since I'm part of the dance, since I'm part of them also, I got to see all that, and I do it now. We do it. I have a team that we work together and we create all this kind of jewelry.
And then from the jewelry, you started doing their clothes, right? Because the Mujer de Pollera, I mean, at least I didn't know, I hadn't thought about it when I went to La Paz many times, that they were really quite wealthy. I mean, not, quite upmarket Mujeres de Pollera that spent a lot of money in their dresses. And so you started catering for them for the festivities and the clothes they used during the festivities. Is that right?
Yes, I did, for sure. The Chola Paseña is a very proud, elegant, courageous person. And they invest a lot of money in their clothes and in their jewelry when they have these festivities where they go. And and they have it a lot. We are practically the whole year, they have parties going on in the cities. So that's why I decided, why not start doing this jewelry for them.
And then the clothes as well, right? And the clothes.
Yeah. And I started doing the clothes too, because one time I wanted to take pictures of Chola Paseña with a wedding gown. And then I didn't see much to choose from in the streets when we went to the stores. So then I decided, why not make different outfits of brides? And then I realized, okay, let's start doing also clothes for them. So I did. I do the skirts and the blouses and the shawls.
Right. And do you have some photos of the wedding gowns, Alberto, that you can show us there? Because they're quite, I mean, the wedding dresses of that type, with the sort of skirts like that, like the paseña skirts, they didn't exist before. You created them, right? You did a white dress with the paseña, with the sort of fluffy skirts, and that's not something that existed before.
Yes, you couldn't find anything. They usually used the Chola Paseña. We used a Western wedding dress, not the pollera or the shawls. So then once I made these different outfits for them to see, and I did it for um, long nights of museum here in La Paz. They have we celebrate that every year, and it's free. You can go to different places and see it. And then I decided, okay, let's do it different styles of dresses, vintage, using the old with the new, and the traditionals, and incorporate different ideas. Like you can see in the picture, her veil is a string of pearls.
Wow.
That I sewed it on the hat. And then the long skirt is also sewed on the skirt. So we created different things for them to, to have options. And it was it was very nice.
Are you the only? I mean, I suppose there are other women other seamstresses that are doing this sort of thing. I think you mentioned that you're not the only one. You may have been the pioneer, but there's other people that do this.
No, there's always been people doing this kind of work. Before they didn't do much. There wasn't that much to choose from. But nowadays there are more people who are doing it, because there are more mujer de pollera that they want to dress as a chola.
Okay, and that brings me to the question of pride in your indigenous culture, because this is something relatively new, right, in Bolivia. That's why there's so many more women dressed like that now.
Yes, when Morales came into power, I think 2005, I can't remember exactly, his policies have elevated indigenous rights and traditions. So since then, you can see and women want to dress more as a chola paseña, with the skirts and the shawls, but it's also very expensive to dress that way. Your clothes are very, very expensive.
Right.
So the younger people don't dress as much as the older person.
And so now, when I went to visit you, and I met these lovely ladies who also dance, but oh my God, they're like have degrees and they're professionals. And one of them was an engineer, and she goes to the sites, to the construction sites with her outfit, right? She always wears those clothes.
Correct. Yes, these ladies have a place in society nowadays. They are politicians, they're working in government ministries. Like you say, they are engineers, bankers, lawyers, also journalists and anchoring TV and radio programs. They're educated ladies. They are educated, many of them, and more as the years go by.
And they're also, so it's a lovely mixture of looking pretty and also being empowered and being smart, because they're quite tough ladies, aren't they? We've got you've done some work with climbers, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we did it. We did, yes, with the Chola Escaladora. The Escaladora's there, you can probably see it.
I'm going to show you a picture.
We have some pictures there, yes. They are the first Aymara women that climbed they climbed the peak, the Aconcagua, I remember that, in Chile, the summit. They are the first Aymara women that did that. And they also summit the Huayna Potosí, Yumani, Sajama here in Bolivia. So there are ladies that have done much in their lives. And one of the ladies, she's probably 50, if I'm not mistaken. So it shows you how much strength and courage they have to be able to do what they want to do.
And do they climb with those clothes, or this was just for the fashion?
No. This was actually the reason I wanted to. As a matter of fact, when I had this photo session, I asked them because I wanted to show the empowerment of this woman, that they have done something in their lives. So I dressed them with this typical clothes they use in the countryside, in the Altiplano, very colorful shawls, very colorful skirts, and I put the jewelry in the hats. That's not the way they go usually, but I wanted to show all that.
You wanted to show that for fashion, it's not only about beauty outside, but also what you've achieved.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly. Exactly. I wanted to. I'm very proud of a chola. I'm very, very proud of them, because you don't have to be beautiful. You don't have to be a certain way to be able to present yourself or to show something. Instead, like you see them, they are incredible ladies that they have done, you know, they have done so much in their lives.
And also, you know, Bolivian women are known to have hard lives, and they're like the center of the family. They're the breadwinners in many cases. I mean, you know, microcredit was born in Bolivia, so and they're the recipients of the fund, right? So tell us a little bit more about your activities, the fashion activities. We're seeing some photos. I'm sure everybody wants to know, and also because you've taken the fashion outside Bolivia, right? So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, well, as you can see in the pictures, we were invited by the Couture Foundation for Modern Art in Paris, France. And we went to Paris with 6 cholitas, 6 ladies from La Paz, and we participated a whole week event that they have created in Paris. There you can see that Freddy Mamani, an architect from Bolivia, he built inside the Couture Foundation a small, something similar to the cholets. And there's where we participated as doing fashion shows, dances, and different activities.
As many of you may not know that the style of architecture that Freddy Mamani has started and now has become quite a hit is like a technicolor dance buildings, buildings that are made to be for accommodation and also as dance.
Oh, God, God help us, because
hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Thank God. God
Somebody
bless
put
him.
himself on mute.
He's very well liked in Parliament. He's a very decent man who's always joking.
Hold on a second. Hello?
Kind person. God bless him. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you. So the cholets in El Alto, in near La Paz, which was the subject of the exhibition where Ana went to with the cholitas, are buildings in many different colors with a very particular architecture, very gaudy, very kitsch, but borrowing iconography from ancient Andean people from Tiwanaku. And now they're very popular, and they're called the cholets. So if you want to find out more about them, you can Google cholets. And one was recreated inside the museum, and that's where the cholitas were dancing, right?
Correct. Yes. Freddy Mamani's architecture is very colorful, as you can see there in one of the pictures. They're dramatic, they're intense, they're fearless. And so that's what he built in the foundation. And there's where we had a fashion show, and we took about 46 outfits to show and to show the Bolivian tradition. So there's where we did, and they model the clothes, the different styles that you probably can see there.
And they went all around Paris dressed like that, right? And they were.
Oh, yes. You can, yeah, like you can see there, they were in Paris, they were in the Louvre, and it was incredible how people would take pictures of them the whole day. They were impressed with their jewelry, the way they dressed, the shawls, the pollera, and different things. Here we can see also people like the hat, the boulder hats that the chola wear. And I had it done with pearls and crystals, and we showed that also in Paris.
Wow, so beautiful. So
yeah, with the vicuña shawl, and that's a vicuña shawl. One of them is very expensive here in Bolivia, but people with money, they buy it and they use it in their parties.
There's parties all the time in those cholets. They told me they were booked in advance, but maybe not now because of social distancing. But before, those cholets are fully booked a year in advance, huh?
Correct. When for this festivity, Gran Poder, when it's used, as a matter of fact, it was going to be this weekend. This Saturday was going to be the big party, the big festivity, but now it's canceled because of COVID-19. But they have these cholets, these areas where you go and you participate after you dance, and like you say, they're rented the whole year, and you rent the whole year for the whole festive time, the dance. So they're incredible. They're incredible. It's beautiful.
So now, Anna, what's going to happen? Because I mean, so much of the work you do is manual, and it's about working together with people, and then the people that wear the clothes and go to the festivities, they're all together as well. So now with COVID-19, a lot of the work is stopped, suspended in space and time.
Yes, yes. Sadly, the economy, I would think, is going to be affected quite bad, because this festivity provides a massive boost to the economy. But now I think that's not going to happen, obviously. Tailors, craftsmen, makeup artists, embroiderers, jewelers, shoemakers, they all participate in this big festivity, and no one is going to be able to do anything for them. So it's going to be sad. It's going to be very sad, and we have to just try to see how we can make it up in a way. But I don't think it's going to be for the moment. I think it's going to be in the future, next year, not now. We are not long ago on Monday, we were able to leave our houses after being at home for 72 days. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. It's sad.
Yeah, it's very difficult times. So
Very difficult, yeah.
And we've got quite a few questions on our chat. Maybe we can continue the conversation. We'll answering any of your questions. But I do realize that for many of you, Bolivia is not very well known. And I just can't emphasize more how fabulous it is to go to La Paz and to go in and meet Ana. I was just really taken aback and charmed. And more even when I spoke to those beautiful and super accomplished cholitas with their hats and their skirts. It was amazing. And many of our guests wanted to buy clothes. So if you want to buy shirts and jewelry, and I'm wearing some of the jewelry of Ana, when you go to La Paz, of course, that is possible. Yeah, it's a wonderful experience.
Yes.
Alberto, do we have any questions that are?
Yes, that's possible.
More than questions, we have compliments. The chat is full of compliments. Elena Level, which is our expert in the Jewish art heritage here in Lima, Peru, she's saying like beautiful work. Then we have Ana Salinas saying lovely work, beautiful. Esther Ventura, who is also a very famous jewelry maker here in Peru. She says very nice work. Congratulations, Ana.
Thank you.
When books is the only question we have. She said, I assume everything is hand sewn, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. What?
She said, I assume everything is hand sewn.
Hand sewn, yeah?
Yes,
Hand sewn,
everything
sorry.
is. Yes, everything is handmade by Bolivian hands, and the majority of the people are women. Yes, we do it. We have it in the atelier. That's where we do all the work in handmade.
Since there is no more questions, I will have just one question for our guests to get the idea of the impact of these festivities in Bolivia as an economy. How many people dress up in those festivals, Ana? Around how many people we have dancing? When is the Gran Poder or the Oruro?
Like in Oruro, they dance around 20,000 dancers, and there is about 70 different dances. And it's a celebration of 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. No, 4 days. And it's a carnival that blends the Catholic and Indian rituals.
Fantastic.
Right,
Also,
so that's the size.
When you dance, they have musicians. They have about, each group has about 40 or 50 people that play the music specifically for that dance. And also it's been named by the UNESCO, declared by the UNESCO, our heritage of humanity.
Right, of course.
And every dance also has a different meaning. Each group that dances, they dance with a meaning in their dances, no? And it draw visitors from all over the world, from Bolivia and all over the world. And the same happens in El Gran Poder.
So which of the,
Tens of thousands.
which are the most important festivities where dances are involved? It's the Carnaval de Oruro. Is that one or not?
Correct. Yeah, Carnaval de Oruro is the one that they dance about 20,000 dancers. And Gran Poder, which is only dance in La Paz, also has about 30,000 dancers, and they dance all kinds of dances too. And they take part event, and there's where you can see a woman wear the colorful shawls and the bowl hats and the morenada. So I usually do this jewelry for those dancers, you know, with the typical hat and their attires and the shawls and the polleras.
Great. We have two questions, Ana. Gary Sanchez asking regarding what you're telling right now, which is the materials you use for do that beautiful jewelry. And then we have Patricia Beck asking if there is more artists like you in Bolivia promoting Bolivian culture.
Oh yes, yes, there are many ladies. There are many people who do all these kind of things. I don't know if they, yeah, some do jewelry and some do the clothes. Yes, there is. And it has been, with the years, it has been grown. Not the only one. I'm not the only one. Definitely not.
But it is very nice to see, I think, that, you know, there's one of the ladies we know, we have the privilege of knowing also in La Paz is the head of the Museum of Ethnographic Museum, Elvira Espejo, right? And she goes to her office with her, she's quite an important person culturally, internationally, and she's Aymara, and she wears her hat and her dress. I'm wondering, are there many women who do that in La Paz who go? You were saying before they do go to the office like that, right? Not
yes, no, definitely. Definitely, they do dress that way every single day. Their attire is wearing the long skirts, the shawls, the hat. A cholita without a hat, without the long braids, without the toimas that it ties the braids, and the long skirts, is not a cholita, it's not a woman, an indigenous woman, a chola paseña. They wear that every single day. And now we are seeing younger girls wearing also the long skirts and the shawls and the hats. They want to. They are very proud where they are and where they come from. And they respect a lot how their mothers or grandparents were, grandmother. So we're starting to see this more and more as the time comes.
That's so wonderful to hear that something like that is happening, that, you know, they're valuing their heritage, but yet being very modern.
Totally.
No?
Totally. Yes, it's incredible and it's beautiful because we get to see more of our culture and we appreciate more what we have here, and they appreciate it too.
And on that sense, sorry, When Books is asking us, is there any guild, any association of the people who make the dresses for this carnival? Are the women teaching younger girls to keep this tradition going on?
Yes, they have associations. Yes, there are groups that all the artisans get together, and they do have groups. Yes, you can find them in the internet, you can find them face and all over. Yes, there is.
And aside from public festivals, do people, when they organize a party at home, they can also wear these clothes? So some people would wear them because they're not cholitas, and people who are cholitas wear them, basically. Is that fine?
Yeah. The person who wear a cholita, real cholita, has her long braids, and she wears her clothes wherever she goes. She's always wearing that. She goes to work with that clothes. She goes to parties with that clothes. But myself, I am not a cholita, but I do wear and I do dress with their clothes in the festivities or when they have the fashion show here in La Paz. They have once a year, they have a fashion show where they invite different creators, artisans, and designers. So there, when I go out to show my work, I do wear an outfit that I do, you know. That's the only time I wear, for the festivities and when I have the fashion show for the Chola Paseña. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. I don't know if you have any more questions for Anna.
We have a comment from Bronwyn Griffith, one of our travel designers who was recently in Bolivia, and she said, "For me, visiting you in La Paz was a great highlight. I also couldn't resist buying beautiful earrings. Inspiring to see empowered, successful cholitas. You do a grand job, Anna." And
Thank
also
you so much.
we have again Esther Ventura, this famous jewelry maker from Peru. They say she's very, very, very happy to know you and she wants to keep in touch with you. And for everyone, after this conversation is over, we're gonna send to everyone not only the video of this conversation, but also the contact details of Anna, how to follow her on Instagram and so on.
And maybe we should also send, if Anna can direct us to some links of dances that I'm sure they're on YouTube, and we can probably sort of send some so people can see the dances.
Yes, you can see, you can go into Gran Poder, and then they will show you different dances, or you can go into Morenada, Morenada. And there you can see the different dances. There are, like I said, about 60 different dances in each festivity. So they have Cuyahuada, Puglia, Morenada, Caporales, so many. And just by going in to the link of Gran Poder or Oruro, Carnival of Oruro, you will be able to see what really is the party or the celebration that we have here in Bolivia. They're incredible. They're incredible. It's incredible the energy you feel there, and the costumes, everything the artisans, the way the costumes are highly elaborated and rich, adorned, and can cost hundreds and sometimes even thousands of dollars. And that's what they wear in these festivities.
And one thing just for our guests to get the size, you already get the size of the party. Now you get the size of how is the real fun. How many hours can a dancer could be dancing on one of these festivities? Let's say I want to go to Gran Poder, I put my dress on, I want to dance. I will be dancing how many hours around, roughly, Anna?
In Gran Poder, usually you dance about 6 kilometers. And it could be, depends on, if you start early in the morning, you can dance for 4 hours. But then the later you go in to dance, it gets delayed. So you could dance 6, 7, 8 hours also. And it lasts the whole day. It lasts the whole day.
Now that is a party. That is a party.
Exactly.
Party at high altitude, because this is 4,000 meters above sea level. So
correct.
It's hard. Hard.
Party and cardio. Yes. You get the two of them.
Yes, exactly. And it's incredible. Just go into the links and you'll see what a wonderful thing. And both of them, both festivities are declared, I think I said, by the UNESCO, they are declared intangible cultural heritage of the humanity. So, it's something worth to see if you can get down to Bolivia sometime.
See, we're at Arikari, we're advocates of, it's who you know, right? Well, that matters. And we will, Bolivia is one of those hidden gems in South America, as we can all see. Even we've got a lot of Peruvians here in the audience, and I'm sure we've got some friends from Cusco or guides. And for many people, it's a surprise how wealthy, how rich Bolivia is, and how strong the women are, and how many things there are to explore. And by knowing Anna, it's even better in people like her and her friends, the Cholitas, because that really adds another layer of understanding of Bolivia, because it's all about people.
As a matter of fact, from the Chola Paseña, when they have the Gran Poder, there's where you mark what they're going to use the whole year. Tendencia, I forgot the word. They mark the trend of the clothes. And then, like you say, in Peru, in Puno, people come from Puno, people come from Chile, Argentina, and they buy the clothes that year after the Gran Poder to take back countries, because we have also a lot of Bolivians living in those countries. But Peru also, they celebrate Candelaria, if I'm not mistaken. So they are the ones who also like to see what's happening in the Gran Poder, to see what they're going to wear during the whole year.
So that's where the trend is set in the Gran
Correct.
Poder. It's like
Correct.
like Fashion Week, huh?
It's a fashion. It's very impressive. It's very impressive, very powerful. What you get to see in Gran Poder. You know, there's a lot of how can I say? There's a lot of I don't have the word. I don't have the word right now. But it's incredible. It's incredible. It's very powerful. Very powerful.
It's called the Gran Poder, so it's the great power.
It's Gran Poder, exactly. So the word itself tells you what it is. It's the power of money. It's really incredible.
And I have a couple of questions more for our guests. Elena Luebel, our expert in Jewish art in Peru, she's asking us, what do the men wear when they dance with such an elegant women? That's a good question.
Well, when the ladies dress this way, normal, the daily dresses like that, men don't. They don't have nothing special. You know, it's normal. That's it. Maybe in the countries wearing a wool pants and a wool shirt or shirt maybe, but no. The ones, and when they dance, depends on the groups. Like you can see, maybe you can show one of the groups. They dance according of your dance. You dress depending on what dance you are representing.
So
great. Mateo is asking us, how are you empowering women through your work, through fashion? If you can tell us more about it, how this empowering of women through fashion, how you feel it's changing during the years.
Well, an incredible experience was when they went to Paris, and they came down the catwalk. You could sense in them the pride they carry in the way they walk, in the way they smile, and wore those colorful outfits of the Chola Paseña. There you can see how empowered they were. It's incredible to see them, how strong, how elegant, how courageous, how confident each one of them are. So that's, I would think, little by little, you become being that person.
Great. I'm just going to finish with the comments. Ana Salinas says, thank you, Aracari. This is a wonderful presentation, and everyone hopes you come to Peru. And then Esther Ventura, the famous jewelry maker from Peru, she's saying that she's a very good friend of a director of one of the most important European public houses specializing in jewelry. So she wants to put both of you in contact. So that's the beauty of this conversation. We start creating bridges.
Anytime, and thank you.
come back and come and visit us in Peru, Ana.
Definitely. You guys have to come to Bolivia. You have to come and bring people here so they can see this wonderful country that we have.
Absolutely. We're big fans, you know, at Aracari, we're big fans of Bolivia, you know that.
Yes, I know.
Thank you very much for being with us today, and we hope to see you soon. Muchos besos.
Thank you both of you. Thank you for everything. And take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.